Here's the thing. You're about to click a couple buttons and create a storage pool. TrueNAS will happily let you build something that looks fine right up until the day that you need it. This is where data loss starts. So, let's build the pool so that you'll still respect yourself 6 months from now. Hey, I'm Jeff. I make a living cleaning up decisions that seemed perfectly reasonable at the time. This is Fast How To. In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure a storage pool on TrueNAS cleanly, deliberately, and with fewer regrets than most people bring to this part of the process. First, if you didn't run smart tests on every drive, pause the video right now and go do that. Configuring a pool on drives that you haven't tested is kind of like putting your seatbelt on after the crash. I already have a separate video on drive testing. If you skipped it, that's fine. Everybody loves learning the hard way. But today, we're going to pretend that we're actually responsible adults. When you create a pool, you're not just picking how much storage you want. You're choosing your failure behavior. You're deciding what the system does when a drive dies, because it will. Here's the mistake. People start with maximum capacity, and then they act surprised when the pool is one bad day away from a support ticket and
emotional damage.
If this is important data, don't do RAID Z1 unless you enjoy adrenaline. If you want less pain, RAID Z2 is usually where most adults land. If you want performance, more VDEVs generally beats one gigantic VDEV within reason. Mirrors are great for speed. And no, I'll back it up later is not a plan. It's a lie that you tell yourself. Let's do it. Give the pool a name that you'll recognize later when you're stressed, not Tank 2 Final or some other nonsense. Pick only the drives that you intend to use for this pool. Triple check. TrueNAS is not sentimental about erasing the wrong disk. For most home labs storing anything that you care about, RAID Z2 is the I want to sleep at night setting. If this is media that you can re-download and you truly don't care, sure, go ahead, do something riskier. Just don't pretend that it's actually safe. Since performance is my goal, I went with mirrors. Once you click Create, you are committing to a design. Yes, you can expand in some ways later. No, you cannot magically reverse bad architectural decisions. Hey, if this channel saves you from rebuilding your storage twice, there's a Patreon link around here somewhere. It helps fund my ongoing war against preventable disasters. Let's be clear. It works is not the same as it's safe. Your pool will look perfect after you create it. That doesn't mean it's good. A bad pool design does not fail immediately. It waits until you're busy. Then the rebuild takes forever and the second drive starts throwing errors and you're having a bad weekend. Two choices cause most of the pain that I see. Choosing RAID Z1 because it seems fine. RAID Z1 is fine until it isn't, and the moment it isn't, you'll learn the phrase unrecoverable read error the same way small children learn new swear words. One huge VDEV gives you one huge rebuild window. Bigger pools and bigger drives do not rebuild quickly. They rebuild slowly, and your blood pressure climbs the entire time. After the pool exists, do the part that everybody else skips, the boring guardrails. Set up scrub jobs on a schedule. Make sure smart tests are scheduled. Confirm that alerts are going somewhere that you will actually see them. Then, create data sets intentionally. Don't just dump everything into the root like it's some kind of digital junk drawer. If you're thinking, I'll do backups later, here's your reminder. RAID is not a backup. RAID is uptime. Backup is a separate job. Anyway, congratulations. Your data loss has been postponed. Try not to reschedule it.